Yeah.
And here we are. Good morning,
Hey, hey, hey.
family. I mean,
Put that
good
battery on
afternoon.
charge, and I'm gonna
Good
call you when we
evening.
get up.
Good evening. My bad. I'm
Yeah.
tripping
Yeah.
over trying to share.
All
Smash that like button as you coming in. But good
right. Okay.
evening. Yeah, good
And then
evening.
you show me what you learn when you get back. Go ahead, bro.
Oh no, I'm gonna say good evening, family. Let me go to naming y'all.
Seven.
We got a Saya Quill, aka Mama Quill in the building. My cousin, the beautiful Maria Carter.
We'll
Good
talk.
afternoon. I'm tripping.
Okay.
Linda
You know, we'll
Chilton,
use
good
them whenever we can.
afternoon. Thanks for tapping in.
Okay. Yeah.
YJ717, thanks for tapping in.
Yeah. Yeah.
Salty Chef, well, good evening, good brother. You see I'm getting it right. We got the beautiful Sherry Allen and tapped in. Good evening, good evening.
Oh, she got
Wanda
my name
Smith,
right too.
good evening, good evening.
Ah,
We got Felicia Martinez. And family, it's on me today. It's really my fault why we late. I
nah.
got caught at the grocery
Listen,
store.
listen. You know, he had. We all have honey-do lists, and then we have better do lists. So
Right.
hey, we ain't mad, big bro. We
You let
glad
me know.
family just love us enough to come on and hang out with us.
I'm glad the brother waited on me. I'm saying that's what I'm like. We got to get it on me. Freaks Barbecue. What up, good brother? Common sense. What it do, famo? What it do?
So
My
common
phone.
sense. Which one is cuz and which one is guess?
Hold on 1 second.
So we got to find out who is cuz and who's guess, because we family. So
For
we
sure.
all locked up in there.
Hello.
Yeah.
I get what?
So well, thank you all very much for hanging out with us this evening. Oh, I'm the guest. I'm never the guest. I'm always the topic. But I appreciate that though. Thank you. Thank you. Um, we appreciate you all hanging out with us today. Is the better do list. Better. I miss Martinez. That's funny. I love it. All right. Um, all right, brother Eddie Gray. We appreciate y'all hanging out. Okay, I want to get y'all thoughts on something, right? Now, we've been talking about the conspiracies. We've been talking about these money families. We've been talking about, the so-called leadership that we've been given. Let me put it that way. I want you to listen to what I'm saying. That we've been given, right? Not that was chosen, not that was born out of certain struggles, because most of the leadership of old, when we're talking about the 1800s and the early 1900s, were born from the struggle. And then there were leaders that were chosen. And then there are leaders that come up and say they're part of the struggle now because they feel that they have something to give. But most of the time, those persons are not kind of grassroots and coming from a struggle, but they'll step in and see something that needs to be corrected. And they want to use their influence to see if they can make an influence and make an impact tomorrow. And we've talked about this before, that somehow that sort of leaderships get co-opted and then they turn dinner on me. Oh shoot, you better don't play with me.
Eddie Gray, what up, brother?
Don't play with me because I can cook, so you ain't got to worry about that.
Uh-oh.
But hey,
Uh-oh.
so
Uh-oh.
my sister always used to tell me, don't cook for nobody because you get in trouble.
Uh-oh. I just tell them don't rub my stomach. The last woman did that. We ended up in the room together.
Right.
I'm just saying.
And now you're still doing better do list.
That's what I'm saying. You killed me when you said that honey to do list. I damn near fell out. I damn near fell out.
So let me get focused again, because
Okay,
I
we
saw
back
somebody
on.
saying for dinner, somebody cooking dinner. There we go, Miss Martinez. All right, well, let's get it. So let's look back. All right, so now remember that leadership is born out of necessity.
Mm-hmm.
Institutions are born out of purpose. Completely different. Because it's easy to remove a leader, but it's difficult to uproot an institution.
Mm-hmm.
couple of the institutions that have been co-opted. Number one is the family, especially the black family, or people of color's family, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's number one. So once you destroy the fabric of any society, then you can do what you want to with it. Okay. Chicago, what's happening? Now, the other thing is that purposefully, by design, on purpose, without any remorse, malice, or repercussions, cities have been destroyed that
Mm-hmm.
we built from the ground up. And we talked about this before.
Right.
Like, why can't we do it again? Because if you remove people's interest and desire, because you put these other shiny objects in front of them,
Mm-hmm.
then people's desire to build something for themselves onto themselves
Mm-hmm.
loosens and falls off because why do I got to do that? And why I want to do that hard work? Because it's already been done and they didn't make it because people acted certain ways on it and destroyed it.
Facts.
Okay. But like you said the other day, it has to be redone again. It has to be done over and over and over again.
Right.
This time, though, we have to have the means to protect it.
Facts.
Okay. We have to have the means to have not only a hospital,
Mm-hmm.
but banking in some way, shape, or form.
Mm-hmm.
Groceries, right, where we can get groceries from,
Mm-hmm.
and we have to have a viable defense for it to be able to make sure that it doesn't get completely destroyed. Now, I need y'all to follow where I'm going. So in 1921, at the Tulsa race riot, which it wasn't really a race riot, those brothers that came from World War One were defending that city of Tulsa until bombs got dropped on it.
Mm-hmm.
But they were defending it with rifles and pistols and anything else that they could to make sure that the white mob who went out there to destroy the town because they said that a white woman got whistled at or touched or whatever by black men, which is their reason for always destroying stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And they still use it to this day. Okay.
Right.
That was the reason why they said that they did what they did to it. Now, fast forward to now. Remember, up until we had segregated schools where everybody from the lunch person to the principal, all the teachers were black. We had a school, and I mentioned this several times before, named Paul Lawrence Dunbar Academy
Mm-hmm.
that has closed now. That scored for years higher than any school in the state, country, across the board. 92% of its graduates are scored above national levels. But yet, when we decided that we want to have integration of schools in 1954, we brought cheese to the buffet. See, what we failed to forget or failed to remember or failed to think about is that these entities that we're bartering with,
Mm-hmm.
they're already making moves ahead, right? So then when we started talking about the noise came up about integration and everything else and all this other stuff, then it was like, okay, well, what are we going to do to get their dollars?
Mm-hmm.
What are we going to do to get their brains? What are we going to do to pull their brains out of? So we're going to send them to Harvard, and we're going to go to Michigan State, and we're going to go University of Michigan Ann Arbor. We're going to go to Eastern. We're going to go all these other schools. I'm just naming schools, but we wanted to run to white institutions because they felt that they were better because they were selling the idea of we can get you out of this impoverished position that we put you in.
Damn, man. I'm over here looking at the pictures of Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Okay.
Like cold
Cold.
blooded.
Now, this is what I want you to find in a minute. Now, find 1985 Philadelphia, the Move Project.
All right, hold on.
Okay.
I was just looking at the images over here, how they were showing it
Right.
before.
Before and after.
Yeah, you said.
So they bombed it with airplanes.
You said 1985.
Yep, Move. MOVE, capital letters. It's in Philadelphia now. This ain't but 20-something years ago, 30-something years ago. Well, 40-something years ago. 40 years ago exactly. Now, because this is 2025, that's 40 years ago. Now, if you sell your schools out, that means, and Dr. Umar Johnson said this too, that means that you get rid of a large number of teachers. Now you want to integrate these schools, and guess who's making the money off your students now? And guess who's going to replace your teachers that you had, the principals, the teachers, everybody from the lunch persons who were cooking all the way to the principal. You're replacing all of them with somebody else who's making money off your students as a head count. 1954, Brown versus Board of Education in Topeka, Kansas. Now, I'm going to need somebody to do a little homework because I want to be very clear about what I'm saying. What was the reason for them? And y'all pretty quick with y'all thumbs and posting. So I need somebody to post it. Where's my man at? Where's he on there? Mr. Gray. And who else? Where's the other brother that's on there that's on with us all the time? That's pretty quick.
Hold on.
Let me see if I can find him. I don't know if he's on there. But what was the reason, the chief reason behind that particular decision? It was desegregation, I do believe.
Facts.
Right? And if it was desegregation, then what's the problem that we have? We've lost all of these jobs now. Then Paul Lawrence Dunbar School is closed. I don't know if it was called Academy. I just put that in there. And because of the flight that we have, right? People run away from the community which is in.
They showing the document. I'm trying to just get the pictures.
Yeah, we just want a picture. Yeah,
that's what I'm trying.
Right. So we're going to pull up as much as we talked about what happened and the reason why these things happen and the reason why we don't want to rebuild institutions is because we think we have institutions and we don't. You got it?
Yeah, close this one out.
Okay. And we don't. We don't have institutions anymore. Right? Even the church was at one time an institution that we did all of this planning and everything else. When you pull it up, just go ahead.
I got it up.
When you did, we did all of this planning for marches and this and all this other stuff, and now it's no longer anything. Now, this happened 40 years ago.
That's the top of it right
Yeah.
there.
This is a 4-block area that was controlled by sets of families who wanted to pull themselves away from the public school system. They kind of grew their own food. They grew their own food. They sold their own clothes. They were self-sufficient. And the mayor of Philadelphia said that there was a problem because people rumored that they were doing things in there to children. That wasn't the truth. And this place got bombed. This happened 40 years ago. This wasn't 104 years ago, like in Tulsa or in Rosewood, 102 years ago, or Hayti that happened in 1889. It was in Oscarville, which is now Lake Lanier, and all kind of spiritual things are going on there. It happened in 1908, 1909. This is recently. And some of y'all are old enough to have heard of this while you're alive. So in part of the conspiracy to say we want to be integrated into a higher into another level. We want to be with these other people and have them what we want to have what they have because they chose the leader for you. This is the reason why he has a birthday and Malcolm don't. And I don't care what nobody says. Go look it up. Yeah, it was definitely false. Because if they're spitting on you and hitting you with rocks and calling you names 60 years ago, why would you want to be there? And you think it's changed? It has not. They still do the same thing. They may do it a little bit more undercover, but they let you know that you don't belong here. And most of the time, the only reason why they want our students there is what they can bring in, whether it be sports or anything else. They're not concerned about academics. They're not concerned about you competing as a teacher or any of those other things. It's about bring that student in so I can get that money. And I'm really not going to feed him the same level as everybody else. You got to go get it.
I mean, and I think that's why you see a lot of people, as far as our community, is scared to rebuild.
But we don't have a choice now.
Yeah, I mean, no, we don't. But I see why because we still. And I was reading what Mama Quill was saying, like we were lured into a false sense of security and accomplishment when they let us come to the institution. And I think that's where we got to, like Reverend Thrillkill always say, we think they eyes, but we can't blame other people for our own failures
not
now.
Anymore. No,
this is our failures now because it's things we could set up. It's been there.
Right.
You had Tulsa, Oklahoma. You had Rosewood. You had all these other institutions. We can really, man, to be honest with you, do you know we probably got more millionaires and billionaires than we had when we got here?
Absolutely, we do. We have way more, but again, we have to remember, where do they earn their money from? Who do they earn their money from?
Right.
So even though we can talk about the 1.2 or 1.8 trillion dollars that the Black nation makes, and it would be ninth in the world as a nation, none of it comes from our own manufacture. People are pissed off at brother Ibrahim Traore because he's manufacturing things that normally was under the French rule and control.
Yeah,
cars, airplanes, all of this other stuff. What are we manufacturing that we can employ our own?
Look at Kanye. What was he called when he wanted to build? I mean, he wanted to do his own.
Right, and this is what they did to Akon.
I mean, they do it to all of them, but you don't post the stuff. I just think, did you know? Just check this out, brother. We didn't go through being hung. We didn't go through you couldn't read or write. Just think about it. It was a time that they would kill you for educating a Negro.
Absolutely.
See, people keep forgetting all of this here. That's why you have problems when you hear them. Did you just hear what Jerry Jones said about his two players?
No, what happened?
When he was talking, because it's time to pay him. He said he paid Dak Prescott so much money and he was knocked out a third of the season. Man, football is a physical contact sport. Any hit can end your career, the first one. But they really showing these people who they really are. Like you see the women, as far as they saying, pay us what they owe us. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
But it's just showing you how it's just showing you how these owners really is.
Right.
People need to get that book, $40 Million Slave.
Yeah, absolutely.
And this what people don't understand. You can have millions, but when you try to, good evening, good brother Marcus, for good evening everybody that's tapping in. If you try to build wealth, generational, you trying to build land, you building this, they don't want you to do that. Why you think you had these managers having all, it's going back to back in the day. Look how they played Joe Louis.
Mm-hmm.
Had him sign up in the Army, do all them exhibition fights, and what did he end up doing?
Poor.
He owed them.
Yep.
How he did taxes. Let's go back to what's my man that played the saxophone. What was his name?
Louis Armstrong.
Louis Armstrong. Who really made the money? Him or his manager?
Yeah, right. The manager stole all the money and didn't get prosecuted for it.
Arthur Logan, good morning. Good evening, afternoon. Yogi G, good afternoon. I'm just saying, go look at how this thing gets set up.
Right.
What we are is, whether we want to believe it or not, that's why you can be told, shut up and dribble, shut up and catch. You just supposed to play sports.
Right.
You don't supposed to have none. People ain't saying nothing with Colin Kaepernick. That was a downright. He got let go because he was taking a stance.
He was protested
social justice.
Right. He protested what was going on with black people and people of color in this country, and then they turned around and said, "Your president turned around and said that he was protesting the United States." Period. No, I'm protesting a particular thing. And what happens is, because of the power and image that they have, perceived power and image that they have of us, then what you do is turn around and say, "Hey, look." And so they prosecute him, pull him out of his opportunity to make a living, and this and that and other. So he goes around the other way, some other way, and he makes his living. But same thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
So then why do we? Well, okay. So now, what's the? And we still gonna get to the conspiracy. Y'all got to follow.
Yeah. It's gonna lead to all of that.
All of it. So why then do we compete in the Olympics? Why would I? And I'm running around here after I win a race, and I walk around with a flag, saying I'm running for my country that hates you. I remember, and I think I told you this before. My dad fought in World War II as a Tuskegee Airman. Mm-hmm. He comes back here. They go downtown to the Capitol to celebrate him and his boys or whatever. They tell them not to get out. They, of course, wrecked the place because they pissed off about having to leave a place after we done did all of this fighting and killing and all this other stuff, and we survived, and we can't come in here and have a drink or whatever. So they wrecked part of the place before they called the police. They was in uniform, whatever, and they left. To this day, I will not go to the Capitol.
But see, a lot of people don't know that. A lot of people don't know that, and we'd be celebrating. We'd be going here doing these things.
Yeah, because I had somebody come over here. "Hey, bro, I'm doing a film or whatever. Hey, why don't you come to where you premiering at the Capitol?" "Nope, won't be coming down there." And I told him why. And he was pissed because I didn't want to come and support your film. I have a bigger idea to stand on in your film. You my boy. Send me a copy of it. I'll buy it. But I'm not coming down there to that because of my father. They were disrespectful of my father.
Facts.
So what the hell am I gonna go give them money and sit in their place for when you disrespected a man that helped bring me into this world?
And people don't understand that. I'm finna get to you too, because I'm looking at Yogi G. She said no one was willing to stand with him by sacrificing their income. Do you think if the players had walked away as a whole, it would have been more impactful?
Absolutely.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. You'd have pulled all of the money from TV viewership, from the owners and everything, and said, "Hey, look, we're gonna stand by these guys who did because of this, and it's right." But once again, right, Craig Hodges said in an interview that the reason why he lost over $50 million, all of the players later on, after he got let go from the Bulls, after he made the shot and was wearing his garb from Ghana over at the White House after they won, and shook Bush's hand and told Bush he need to make some changes because he went to school under Dr. Malana Karenga, under Dr. Wade Nobles, who are some of my teachers that are still alive on the West Coast. Mm-hmm. Went to school out in the West Coast, where when his mother moved him from Chicago to go to school at Long Beach State, he went and took African Center courses. Right? See, we don't do that anymore.
Nah, I'm looking at what my cousin said. She said her dad came back from Vietnam. They would spit on him.
Yeah, they hated Vietnam veterans. They hated those particular veterans. They hated because, number one, the United States didn't win the war, and a lot of men, especially men of color, black men, suffered severely because of
Agent Orange. They forgot about that they spread the vegetation.
That's the same shit that you spray on your lawn now called Roundup. Yeah. Same company made it.
Yeah, cancer causing agent.
Right. So we have to start to not worry about we had this big old national outcry about boycotting Target because of the DEI programs or whatever. We get it. But then with the money that was withdrawn from them, what happened to it? Now, maybe people just kept it. I get that. But it wasn't a national pool of money to do anything with.
But look who they paid off.
Yeah,
well, you can pay off this person. When they be doing these boycotts, Who getting paid when the boycotts is over? Who cutting the deals?
All right.
Al Sharpton.
All right. Okay.
Who else cutting the deal? Now you got what's my man name from down in Atlanta? Jamal Bryant. See, because they knowing these, look how they got Jamal Bryant. It said he just died of cancer in February. Who did?
Who?
Oh, I'm thinking her father. Wow.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Condolences, family.
Yeah, we apologize for that. But what they've done and what we are not looking at is they've given us leaders, and the leaders have taken and are not. They're not born of the necessity of the moment. They come in and take a role, and then sometimes they get dictated to what it is that you're going to say. So there's no way for Asa Philip Randolph, Dr. Martin Luther King, who else was the head of the Urban League, and all of these men that are supposed to be our leaders, that you're going to go there to the White House and still we got to wait. James Baldwin's like, well, how much longer we got to wait? My mama waited, my grandmama waited, my grandfather waited, my father waited, my aunts and uncles are waiting, and all these people are waiting. How much longer we got to wait?
How long has he been gone, James Baldwin?
And since 1987.
And we in 2025,
right.
Still waiting.
So we're still waiting, right? So at what point in time do the institutions that we go to, whatever they are, whether they be colleges, whatever, do we start to say, this is something we have to start doing something for us? I remember being told when I did a presentation that don't do anything to negate what the minister is saying, what the preacher's saying. Huh? Then your preacher should be talking about what I'm talking about.
Facts.
Stop. We got to stop this feel good shit, because at the end of the day, that feel good don't mean nothing if you're still getting your ass shot, if you're still getting a baton upside your head, and if you don't have access to resources that you think you have. That if we did the thing with each other and started to trust each other, we could build our own. I would love to have somebody that have one of these empty buildings around here, whether it be in a strip mall or whatever, and have their own place.
But we don't think like that.
Listen, hold on. Pull up that Chris Callip. No, we're not. We're taught not to think that way. Okay. Now, let me throw another little curve at y'all as we're talking about all these conspiracies, right? If you sing the United States national anthem and sing the Black national anthem, what do we get? March and Pray versus bombs bursting in air.
Right.
Come on, man. Make that shit make sense. I'm going to blow you up. I'm going to bombs bursting in air your ass. Meanwhile, you keep on marching and praying, shedding tears. But we're going to march till victory is won. How many fucking shoes you going to wear out? Excuse my French.
But you know what that is, though? And this when it come back to from the plantation. We have that one boss we sick. Always come in telling what's going on.
Right. Yeah. Well, that goes back to what we were saying before, that the whole idea of this boule started with somebody who is going to be the one that's the watcher, that's going to be watching to see what everybody else is doing. And from there, you're going to go tell on if they planning to escape. So they're going to leave about 1 o'clock in the morning. We best be ready at 12:55. And that's where it started from. But that goes back to the system that we talked about before, where you pit one against the other. And it's the reason why we can't get anything done, because if you're the head of it and I'm second, I'm supposed to, if you working all day long grinding at it, and I come in and work 4 hours of the day, I'm supposed to get equal that you get. That's bullshit. No, you don't. There's no way. Where's my girl at? What's one?
Sherry Allen.
I'm picking and being messy. Good. But yeah. But there's no way that Miss Sherry Allen is supposed to be making pies and cooking and she's selling them for $20 a pie, and I'm supposed to come in and get half. The only thing I'm doing is telling people that she make pies and go buy them.
Right. And people forget this right here, what Chris Caleb said. Goodyear tires and heroin, etc., was the reason we went to Vietnam. See, people don't believe that.
Yeah, it had nothing to do with communism.
Right.
It's about money.
And facts. And don't forget, we as black people's divided by the brown bag test
that
as
started
well.
From the boule.
Yeah, and then you get the gatekeepers back again.
With boule.
Yeah, see, when you getting that's why we had these problems, because we always gonna have a crowd of us to be like, you ninjas trying to do too much. You gonna get us killed.
Right.
That type of mentality has got why we ain't had no more black cities.
Right.
No more black towns. Why we can't get an African town.
Right.
Because just think about it. These are not white mayors that's running these black towns. These are black mayors.
Right.
Black
councils, mayors, state reps, all of the other stuff. And what they're not doing is they're playing a game for themselves and not playing a game for the people. Now, I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna say it 1,000,000 times. Well, probably about 15 times. If you make your money and a few $1,000s slide in your pocket for the work that you're doing, but you're taking care of the citizens, we're not going to care. But if you're making millions of dollars and there we go. If you're making millions of dollars and then we sitting over here poor, that's problematic.
Right.
How in the world we still, and we are scared of freedom. We're scared of liberation. That's the reason why you can't get groups of people to talk amongst themselves and say, hey, look, I don't care if you're Christian or Muslim or atheist or whatever. We are all oppressed. And all of those isms need to be left at the door. Brother Malcolm said that.
Facts.
All of those isms need to be, what is the plan for us to get liberation? If that means buying a strip mall over off of Lapeer Road and pooling our money together to build somewhere where we can eat and some place where we can barter some clothes and barter some food and buy and sell food and buy and sell with Miss Sherry.
I got one that's finna blow your mind.
Okay, go ahead on, brother.
Is that I'm gonna say alleged black co-op grocery store? Is they gonna do business with the black farmers?
They should.
I mean, I'm just saying these black grocery stores.
They should.
Are y'all gonna do business with the black farmers?
Yeah, because you got one in Detroit.
They probably doing business like that though.
Because that's the brother that started it. I used to work with him down at the school.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. But he got his up. Yeah. And he ain't getting no 4 or 5 million.
No,
from a group.
No, they all, for the most part, it was all grassroots stuff.
That's what I'm saying. So like, we got black farmers, but see, this is when you get people, and don't act like we ain't got brilliant minds is up running some of these Fortune 500 clubs. Do you understand? Just look at what's my man name, the black dude from New York that had Gucci. That was everybody was wearing Gucci. He was styling Mike Tyson and Dapper Dan.
Okay.
Do you understand type of designer he was? But right. Dapper Dan couldn't create his own. He had to go use, Gucci hired him. Don't you understand? He should have been having his own clothing line.
But see, okay, let's add something to that. Do we know all of the symbolism? Which one is red, black, and green? That's Gucci, right?
Yeah.
Where do you think them colors come from?
I mean,
okay. Yeah. That's Marcus Garvey created the bandera. In most African countries, unless they're ruled by another culture, all have red, black, and green, especially on the West Coast, in their flag. Okay. So the who is YL? Yves Saint Laurent, right?
Yeah.
What is this? Yeah, same thing. It's off of a African pattern that come from Ghana. So they take our stuff, give it back to us, and then turn around and tell us it's theirs and it's not.
Just look at it when you get these buffs. $3,600 for some buffs.
I don't even know what that is.
Cartiers.
Man,
but they call them buffs down in Detroit. Okay. You know what I'm saying?
Man, like, but $3,600 for a pair of glasses that's like it's a glasses, bro.
Yeah, but
And you're wearing it for status. And this is the thing. We have to stop being attracted to status and be attracted to people after people do a bunch of dumb stuff in their life. Then all of a sudden they want a smart guy. But remember, we talked about that before. Smart guy wasn't the one that you wanted to mess with when you was in high school, but he was the one that was going to be on this grind and really make some. Meanwhile, the ball player who may not have been good enough to go next level is the one that they're going to cling to. But what happens to the girl? Young lady. She get tossed around like a salad.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden now you want to come back to this dude after you'd have been rolled through the trash. Meanwhile, he on to something else.
And Chris Caleb, I heard this before. They said the unions were created to take jobs from the black, the skilled jobs to be Pacific.
Okay, so now let me add to that too. It used to be a time when those skills were taught in school. They're no longer there anymore.
But how is that?
Well, because they pulled them out so you don't get an opportunity to use your hands and your head to go make money.
That's when it comes back to when we talking about this boule. Because black superintendent, black school board, majority black. You got one on there, I think that's damn, I can't think of her name. But why is the Flint school system in the way it is? Majority black city, black mayor, majority black council. I'm just saying, when you go to adding up, you look at these neighborhoods. But this ain't nothing that just was taught. I mean, they just figured this out today. There's been a plan going back to the boule, going back to if you see how I had it set up, man. I'm not gonna say the way W.E.B. Du Bois. I believe that we did need, you know what I'm saying, they wanted to uplift the people. But I think of the circumstances that was going on, because remember, you could be killed. Blacks, how long was they was able to read and write when W.E.B. Du Bois them came on?
Man, from 1885. And no, 1877. So you're talking about 150 years.
That's what I'm saying. So when you looking at that, them coming in, and we were still lynchings going on in America during
all
that
the
time.
way up until the 1940s.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so it was still, this is what they was trying to educate. And I'm not going to say it can't be co-opted. Because you have people in, just look how Marcus Garvey was catching hell.
Right, he got co-opted from the inside.
Right, by what? Here, because there's, they don't want to rock the boat. And that's what you see going on now. It ain't nothing. This is from back then. What did Medgar Evers get killed for?
You're trying to get people to vote. That was in 1963.
So that's what I'm saying. We didn't have, so this is nothing new when we telling you these conspiracy theories, what's going on. You're going to get your wake-up call when you buck the system. That's like right now, man, they bring Jesse out in the wheelchair, right. Man. Do y'all think Jesse in his right mind, he know what's going on?
Well, I mean, to people are still trying to make him relevant as a voice when he's not.
Right.
And I'm not saying he didn't do what he did, but he didn't do what he did. Right. I'm going to say that to y'all, okay? Just understand this. After King's death, he tried to co-opt the whole civil rights movement and he was an errand boy at that time.
Facts.
So the only reason why Operation Rainbow and Operation Push became what it became is because of his relationship with some of the gang members down there and how they would push that agenda that he had. That's the reason why he got to be what he did.
And I'm with you, Sister Angela. Now we got a bunch of Judas. Just like what Brother Marcus Fielder said, there was a time when we had black banks to support black businesses. Right. With an amount of black billionaires, a millionaire, someone could recreate the black banking system. They're not going to allow them to do it. You got this boule class, is not going to let them. Let me tell y'all something. Don't get it twisted. When Suge Knight don't want to, see, people give Suge Knight a bad rap when they want to say, oh, Death Row did this and that, but they forgot he was trying to get rappers health care. People forget that. He was trying to get the rappers where Jay Prince, and they can have their own distribution, what's the name? It's just ironic that allegedly they saying Jay-Z went back and told, but it's ironic he became a billionaire.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's ironic, Puffy them just look at the other ones who they kept standing still. When you looking at the music industry now, why is it that the managers getting paid? A lot of Just look at right now, to be a rapper, man, is damn near like a death sentence.
You know what? And I tell my uh one of my nephews, I tell him all the time, you got to be careful, because number one, yeah, I don't recall you living that life as you was coming up.
But why do black music like?
Because they control. They could listen. When we had conscious rap, how do we act? How do we carry ourselves? They don't want that because you can't make any money off somebody who has self-control and self-discipline.
Mm-hmm.
So when you have self-control and self-discipline, you can't lock me up, or you can kill me, but you kill me for another reason.
Yeah.
Now is, well, they all this way, and the women are doing this, and the men are doing this, and they acting this way. Oh, they low level, so it's okay. We can get rid of them.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's what it's crazy. Look at this. It's as of 2023, there were 22 federally chartered black-owned banks.
See?
Unbelievable.
22.
Unbelievable when you got an Oprah.
Right.
Bill,
but they are not. They are not. Okay.
Ain't none of them on the same page.
And none of us on the page for black people. The reason why Oprah didn't start any schools in Chicago is because when she asked the students what they wanted, most of them told her they wanted iPads and iPods and Apple stuff and this and that and other, and tennis shoes. Meanwhile, she goes and starts a school in Kenya, and yes, it has its scandals because people were taking advantage of the girls over there, and they were out of order for doing that. But they at least got some education out of it. See, we don't value that anymore. It's all propaganda and hypocrisy. That's the reason why we don't.
Here go Mark Hutchinson.
Here we go. That's my guy.
Right now, Flint, there are no less than 15 Kojic churches. What stops them from organizing a bank or a school training program? 15 Kojic churches dancing and singing only. What is that? See, that's where they want to keep you entertained.
It's about, there you go.
It's entertainment. They do not. Just go back and look in it there. That's why I love them old movies. Even I watched the guy with the new Godfather, Bumpy, the Godfather of Harlem. If you notice, Bumpy went to the black banks.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because they couldn't go to the other banks. Who you think gonna help you? See, we get caught up. We want to go to a Bank of America. We want to go to I seen one rapper got in trouble because he pulled down there with a couple $100,000. They was questioning him. You see another black man because how he looked. You wouldn't have these problems if you went to your own bank. See, we've been tricked to go to their banks, and then you get mad how they deal with you. Right. You shouldn't be mad at how they deal with you.
Listen, and we're talking about banks, right? The black churches in America, not just the Kojic, but the black churches in America deposited $420 billion last year.
Well, then if they did that, why they ain't built up no neighborhoods around them, bought the houses for their people in their churches?
It's not about that.
Get together,
for the rest
open
of you
up.
poor ass motherfuckers got to pray in order to get to heaven. Meanwhile, I'm having my heaven on earth. Facts. Meanwhile, Miss Ann is struggling to pay bills and this and that and other, but we don't give a damn.
Right.
And this is where y'all got to wake up and stop this shit. Y'all the ones that go there. I don't go.
And God didn't tell that pastor to live in Grand Blanc while his people struggling, bathing in Flint water. God ain't tell them to go live in these big houses, driving this. That's what they wanted to do.
Because people at that time is where you fleecing a flock, and we getting a little away. Where you fleecing a flock, and so therefore your it's about, we got to take care of the pastor, but you ain't getting taken care of. Oh, let me just pray for you. What? I'll pray for myself.
But look how they co-opted. But all this started back then. I just think from what they did from back then to right now, it's like the ones who came up, they didn't know how to share with the rest of the family. You know what I'm saying? I do believe the Sambos have took over. And it's my humble opinion. I could be wrong. I would love to be wrong. But just look at it from back then to now. You had people. What was my man's name that was in there? He was doing Bumpy Johnson, but he was in New York. What's his name? Adam Clayton Powell.
Mm-hmm.
Even though he was doing his thing, Adam wasn't fighting for his people back then.
Yeah, absolutely, because they understood there was a purpose and there's a higher reason. All right. Now there isn't one, because guess what? We can go to their institutions. We fully integrated into parts of their life. Because we listened to somebody who had a dream.
Right.
instead of paying attention to the reality.
Right. But I mean, you gotta go look when you got these agencies that they put on here. This is why we like with the destruction that you seeing. Cause at any moment, brother, don't you know Jay-Z could have put some money up to build this, but what he wanted to go do, he did like the ones before him that did.
Right.
Let's go through it. You know what I'm
But
saying?
at what point are we saying, as a community, saying we're going to put pressure on these people in order to say, look, if we're the ones that's making sure we buying your records, we going to see your games or this or that other, you have to commit to the community. They start foundations which are tax free, right? But it's only for where they are. But we haven't done that to nobody here. With all the people that supposedly come up out of here that play sports and was entertainers or whatever, and nothing none of the other stuff. If you can't force your council and your city council and your mayor to do what they're supposed to do, you're really not going to tell me what to do. Y'all was the one that gave me my start, but be damn with that, I'm out.
Facts, but they don't. But see, and I think they understand that people don't know that. You know, ignorant is like they want to keep us ignorant.
Right.
To
Absolutely.
what's going on. You know what I'm saying? People don't understand this same playbook has been played over and over and over.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and it's the constant playbook.
Yeah.
There's nothing new. There's nothing any different. The plays aren't any different. We just replace different players,
Facts.
Thinking that certain things are going to happen, and they don't. They never do.
So don't.
And then we sit around here, and what do? We talk about how we're downtrodden and this and another, and meanwhile the young people are all wilding out because there's no order.
No, and look what they're doing, building them. You know but this, if people go look at the neighborhoods, what they let you do. First, you was living in shacks.
Mm-hmm.
Then they let you move out the huts until you get to move into you know what I'm saying, to the neighborhoods, because that white flight wasn't by choice.
No, it was done by design.
Facts. Then they let you move into these houses. But the thing with us, I feel like they give us their leftovers. And we be thinking it's good. Then we want to go to Grand Blanc. Then they want to come back in.
Right.
Just look what they doing. It's like some of the stuff that we playing in the poor, meaning if you black or white. But what up, Raphael Burke? This go back to Lyndon Johnson. He said, as long as I can keep that poor white man think he better than the Negro,
yep,
he'll give me everything in his pocket.
Yep, everything.
And that's what you have still going on right now.
Right.
When you can sit up here, people can overlook that the Flint water. See, people ain't understanding that a whole city was poisoned.
Yeah, I'm reading this Sheridan book, bro.
A whole city was poisoned.
Yeah, and it's almost, even today, it was like, well, we did it on purpose by design.
Yeah, but
I gotta finish and I gotta pull some things together to connect the dots.
But as you seeing it, do you think any mayor gonna come in and change the system?
No, why would they do that when they get paid?
Right. This is pay. Like right now, people might think like the mayor, he frustrated. No, he's not, because you know why? He looking at that paycheck that's coming every 2 weeks. He looking at his bank account that then got big. You know what I'm saying? See, when these people get in here, they pay them, and they gonna pay them good to keep their mouth shut. You don't see no reason his wife trying to put $30 million in. You just seeing this $58 million people then pulled out that
down there in Mundy Township,
pulled
$55 billion.
$55 billion.
Talking about, we don't know what's going on with this tariff situation.
Yeah, you know it ain't the tariff situation.
No, because you removed. They removed. Dang, you just went to old England on me, bro. Because they got rid of people's homes, businesses, and all of that.
Yeah, got rid of all that.
Walked away.
But look at the news and the media. Look, when you own the media, this is what's so compromising, man. When these people own the media and everything, they can paint a picture, and guess who eat it up?
But so therefore, that's the reason why every time you talk about leaving, you ain't going no goddamn where till it's time.
For sure.
Okay. So because you're catching hell because you're not on any side. You're just reporting the truth as best as you see it. Right?
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Okay. So we went all the way around the corner.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we got rid of our schools.
Mm-hmm.
Later on, we decided we're going to allow our professional people who used to be forced to stay in our community because you couldn't live anywhere else to go live wherever they wanted to. And they were still, that ain't stopped nobody from killing nobody. They ain't stopped the police officers from killing black folks. They ain't stopped none of that.
Okay?
But
we free.
But we free. Over and over and over again. Right? So then what we talking about, Mr. Fielder, is the same thing that we started this journey on Sundays. We talk about Black Watch, is how when we're talking about how we are mistrustful and distrust each other, that comes from the Willie Lynch letter. And all of y'all that got it or you have access to it, you can download it. And I want you to read it. And this is not making a scathing whatever of anybody. But we're all suffering from it for the mere fact that it's happened to us. And what we're doing is we're continuing to live it out because I don't trust you because of this. I don't trust you because you're taller than me. I don't trust you because you got hair. I'm bald headed. You ain't bald headed. I don't trust you because, and this is what they've done. If we figure that taking our children out to Grand Blanc or Swartz Creek or Flushing or any place else is going to give them a better education, but you're not sitting at the table making sure they're fucking learning, then you're not doing anything but giving your kids to the enemy. And I don't want to apologize for my passion. I haven't seen it. Oh, well, these schools ain't doing nothing. So I'm going to just go take my kids somewhere else. But you weren't doing anything with your kid while you was over here. So you're going to take your child somewhere else and still do nothing. Or you take your child somewhere else and you get super involved because you think that that's better.
All right, people. I just put it up the disclaimer. You see what I'm saying? How they got the blacks in the cotton fields.
Right. And that's a oh, there you go.
I just blew it up bigger. But this is what I'm saying. At the bottom of it is the Willie Lynch letter. This is a part of American history that they don't want to talk about.
And this is something that we have to continue to work at breaking for ourselves.
Right.
You know, and it can't be, it's just, oh, there's just a couple of us, or it's got to be everybody.
Got to be
right?
on the same page.
It's 40, and it's not, I'm not saying that there are not other people out there doing stuff, because we hear about Shaq and we hear about a few other people that are doing some things or whatever. But at the end of the day, if we exclude them, don't we still have the opportunity to create something? And it's not supposed to, baby. Rich people's money is to take from the community.
Facts. Oh, hey, cuz I'm with her with this one right here. She said, Maria Carter, it's difficult to trust black folks when you watch what some are doing. Vetting is going to be important in creating new businesses.
Absolutely. You're right. You have to be. And the thing is when you vet that person, it's got to be permanent and hard.
Yeah, you can't be lollygagging around.
No, man,
more.
I don't want you to be in it because you're gonna have to go and you got to leave something when you leave up out of here.
Because you can't keep letting them pick your leaders.
No,
and that's our problem.
Part of the problem is we're picking our leaders based upon popularity. And we're not picking them based upon what they're going to deliver. And then if the rule is written so that you can't do anything, you got to wait all of this time to recall them. And then people get frustrated and walk away, which is done by design.
Yeah, but we'll have our own support. And I'm telling you from what I done seen people come up here and support the devil. They'll know this person is dead wrong, but you know what it be? That's my friend.
I don't give a
That's my friend. Oh, we go way back. They don't care. They watching people die in real time from all, this, and it's no shot. I'm just saying, I like what the brother doing. He's doing getting the cancer cluster study.
Right.
But what is crazy about it? Look at all the people who've been dying from cancer. We know what is cancer here, but what doctor you gonna get to say is from the wild?
After the one doctor who did that in 2015, and she was a year later before she put that out. This is in your boy's book, Sheridan's book. So she found out through studies in 14. She didn't say anything until 15. I guess, and so you got to make sure. And I'm not knocking that. But she didn't say anything about what was going on with the water until 2015. And that was a year later. She
And look how
found out that the lead levels were funny and off and extremely high in certain children in certain areas of the city.
right.
So then for us, then it's okay. So let's take that over. So if we don't have any grocery stores, real grocery stores, and there's supposed to be one that started, if it's not going to start, then leave it alone. I don't have an issue with having where's my girl at? What's her name?
Sherry Allen.
Miss Sherry Allen. And I'm messing with you on purpose. So I don't hey, if she got a house full of groceries, let's go over her house and buy groceries from her. If she grew fruits and vegetables or she grew vegetables, let's go buy vegetables from her.
But see, they teach you not to do this. That's why when they say sustainable, this is why we don't have it. And there's no shot. This listen, let me tell everybody, son, from white, all y'all different nationalities. All y'all have y'all communities. You know who don't have a community? Us.
Right.
You can go to a
because they've always
Chinatown.
wanted to destroy our community.
Yeah.
Because they want us to be part of theirs, but want us to be on the outskirts of it.
Yeah. We cannot it's a challenge for us. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if people really know the history, what was really going on. You can see it here. It don't like they let all the blacks get money at one time, and they pick, it seemed like throughout time, well, okay, we're going to let maybe these little 30 or 40 get money right here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We're going to, and that's how you start getting other people, you start getting blacks, they start using their creative stuff. Now, I'm not going to say drugs was creative. But hot damn, if you was making money, you had to run it like a business. So we showing that we have people, but this is the only thing they give us. Either you got to know you gonna rap, sing, dance, jump.
Or
Sports. You gonna be. It's all entertainment. That's what. Do they want you to be more thinkers? It seems like we have more. They don't want you challenging the system.
Right.
That's their greatest problem. You go look what J. Edgar Hoover said. He looking for the Messiah said be watching this in the blacks.
That's right. I would not allow a black Messiah to come out of the black community.
And why is that?
All right, because see, and I'm gonna say this again. It's easy to kill a leader.
Yeah.
It's hard to kill an institution. Yeah. It doesn't matter. Okay, we could sit around there and in 4 years or 2 more years or whatever, Trump's gonna be out of there and somebody else gonna be in the same seat and they gotta bend to the same power.
That's what's up. Mm-hmm.
They got to bend to the same power. They have to bend to the same power.
And that show you what it is. People got in here thought Trump was going to do all this, and now he was not going to go against that system.
To a degree, they're gonna let him flex a little bit out of here. But at the end of the day, they're gonna tighten his ass up.
He bucked that system. You got other lessons throughout history how they deal with presidents who bucked the system.
Right. Yeah. Well,
wasn't the first one. Go back. It was way before him. Before they got him, it was other ones. Abraham was before Abraham. Yeah. Andrew Jackson had several assassination attempts.
Right. So, man. But at the end of the day, okay, what's Mr. Raphael Byrd said he read the Willie Lynch letters years ago. Bro, it's very real, but we're going to need everybody. If you're listening, it's all incumbent on each and every one of us to talk to people about that. Because if it's still going on, we have to be enlightened. And then what are we going to do in order to make sure that we're making a difference in the future generations that come after us?
Facts. And Darnell Duma said he ordered that book, Brother Elliott, Before the Mayflower.
Okay, great. Cool. That's by Dr. Lerone Bennett Jr. He passed away in 2013.
No, you have to study history. History, you study, then you can know what's going on.
You can see what's going on, and it's easy. It is an easy. So, okay, well, we can't do this because this happened. Well, this happened and this didn't happen. So now we're talking about leaders. We know that we have to start to build institutions even if they're small, and start to really teach the people that are coming through those institutions how this is what you're dealing with.
Right.
And how can we fight it? And that's how you build the institution that way. Right.
Right.
But what we have is people that say they have institutions, but they really don't. Those are not institutions, and they're fighting anything.
Right, because you want listen, all these mentor programs, I'm not knocking none, but you still got to have education a part of it. Just go look how the Black Panthers did. Go look how the next. You got to be able to re-educate these kids. See, when they go get a little history lesson, they gonna give them the history lesson on who the Western people want to tell you who. Listen, they repackage Malcolm X, they repackage Martin Luther King, they repackage all these people. So you got to tell them about, like, when they go to mention about the Negro League, when they brought Jackie Robinson up,
Right.
they brought Jackie Robinson up to let him come because they know he could take what they was gonna give
Right.
to him.
That's right.
See
And
what
it was
Reggie
it was a
Jackson
social
talked
experiment.
about, right? See what Jesse Jackson talked about. I love that he put it out there last year when he talked about they was in Alabama,
Yep.
how racist it was
Right.
down, you know, how they did him, what he had to go through. See, people don't understand that. Even with Sammy Davis Jr., when he performed, he said he had his gun on him because he didn't know how the crowd was gonna be.
Right.
Go read what old boy from Sanford and Son, Desmond, the dude that played his son.
Desmond,
I
right.
can't think of his
I'm with
name,
you.
but anyway, he said how him and Red Fox had their guns on them because they performed in front of white audiences.
Right.
And he was like during that
But we've
time.
always done that, right?
Yeah, but
At
they
the
didn't know
Cotton
how the
Club.
crowds
Right.
was
At the
though.
Cotton Club was
Yeah.
white audiences.
Yeah.
And hell, Golden Leaf, you had white audiences. Baker's Keyboard Lounge in Detroit, white audiences. Before
Demond Wilson.
yeah,
Thank you for
Demond
that.
Wilson, thank you. In Chicago, was I don't remember what it, because my aunt, my dad's sister, used to sing with them guys.
Facts.
And so you still have white crowds. They sing into the Capitol, then they go to Cotton Club in Harlem, and then they go play at the Apollo Theater, and she would go with them, and it's the same thing. You were a black entertainer. Look, Cab Calloway, all of them, right? So then at the end of the day, what are we still? And I just saw it, and it was an excellent Miss Eartha Logan. We have to build by people first. It starts in your family. Before we can go talking about street by street, baby, you got to start in your family. And your family has to understand what we're fighting against. And it had been beat once and we can beat it again. And yes, there are going to be some casualties in war because we're in war. But at the same time, what are you plan? What are you going to do? Continue to cry this oppression? We've been oppressed. We see what people are doing when they decide to throw the wool of oppression off. We gotta stop this dumbass shit that we can sleep. We be the sheep laying with the lions because that's just an easy snack. That's just an easy snack, and we have to stop that. So all of this stuff has led up to where we are now. And I'm sure, and I want to say, and I could be wrong, I'm sure that you had people that said that disagreed with when they took pictures with Kennedy and King and all of these other stuff. And even the paintings, you remember the paintings that people used to have in their house where they had Jesus, King, and Kennedy? And like, come on, bro. Why the hell would you have it in your house? Why would I put that in my house? I'm not putting that in my house. For what?
Right. I'm trying to show y'all something too. Since they want to know. Is on the screen yet? Okay, here we go.
And you have to keep doing it, brother Chris. Keep doing it.
In case people don't know, this is the new movie tells history of popular illegal numbers game in Chicago's legendary Policy King. See, I want people to go do their story on who King of Kings chasing Edward Jones. Go find out who that individual is. And I want y'all to understand, it said Edward Jones, one of the most powerful African Americans in the United States in the 1930s and 40s, built a $25 million empire in Chicago, illegal numbers. But people don't know who that is. I think it's Quincy Jones' grandfather. When Big Ed done, when they was fighting the mafia, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
See, this was Brownsville, Chicago, that they did when people want to know. Now you got the Michigan lottery. See, like I said,
Right.
like Quincy Jones in the film said, Harriet Marion Jones. That's what I'm saying. People don't understand, like,
because we're not taught to connect the dots.
yeah.
See, this is what we're taught when we taught history. We're
Right.
taught you have these inventors who did these things. You have these people who did these things, but we don't get taught the underlying stuff as the reason why.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to tell you the same thing I told somebody else earlier today. One of the mothers I talked to.
Mm-hmm.
Before Dr. King came in and took over Dexter Avenue Baptist Church in 1956, it was run by Dr. Vernon Johns.
Mm-hmm.
They subsequently got rid of Vernon Johns because there's a hard line about building community. The deacon board didn't like it. Some old boule shit. The deacon
Right.
board didn't like it. They got rid of him and brought in King because they felt he would be more controllable. Well, what they did wasn't clear is that King was being controlled by something else when he took that seat and became a national figurehead. So when he came to the realization after his 1963 speech, they pigeonholed him and made him go like, well, this dude is just, And so what did they start to do? When it got to the point where they're talking about integration and all this other stuff, the marketing strategies changed. All with these families that we talked about before, marketing strategies changed so that now we can know that since we y'all want to come, we're going to take all y'all money. So how much sense does it make that the dollar that each and every one of us earns comes and stays in our community less than 24 hours because we decided that we were going to play a game and want to be part of something that nobody wants us to be part of, stays less than 24 hours, and nobody that looks like us touches it.
Right.
All because they designed it that way through the system that they designed it, and then said, we'll kill you if you decide that you want to do something different. Hayti, Oscarville, Tulsa, Rosewood, Move.
Man, there's over about 100 of them that they did that they
Right.
destroyed. Brother Roberts had the list. I had it some years ago.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna get it back for him, and I'll probably
Right.
come back and I don't know, maybe next month I'll let him probably come back and see if he want to come down and break down the different
Make sure that when he do it, I want to be here with him.
I sure will.
Yeah,
call
we can do
you.
it together. Yeah,
I want y'all to actually. I don't care. We can go to the library and sit down and I'll film it there.
Right.
Like I'm just saying, like for people can see like the historical things that went down. And I don't know. I might have to. You know what? I'm gonna have to get with y'all and put something together on the back scene. We're gonna figure something out. I'm working on something. I'm gonna probably present to the people. You just gave me an idea to do.
Okay.
I'm gonna wrap it up, package, and sell it.
There you go.
Yeah, heard. I'm gonna get my hustle on.
No.
For sure.
Raphael, but Mr. Bird, he said, I think people got scared that King was strong enough for the presidency. Absolutely not.
They was never gonna.
No, they weren't gonna let him be president that early in the. Even though Robert Kennedy said in 1965, 66 that there was going to be, as he said, a Negro president.
America definitely not in the 50, 60. America when Obama got elected
that was barely.
When he got them 2 times.
Right.
That's why, like, people don't understand. Like, it might be another 50 to 100 years.
Yeah.
Before you see that again.
Kamala Harris be president after what happened with how they got shook up after Obama.
Now, you know what? I take that back. Because you got to remember, do y'all remember Pat Buchanan?
Yeah.
The senator that went.
No,
Pat Buchanan. He was a senator.
Pat Robertson.
Yeah, he was a senator. Then he ended up working on MSNBC. He wrote a book called Death of the West. Mm-hmm. See, people forgetting that when he's saying it was really what he wanted to say was the darkening of America. Mm-hmm. See, they looking at the population. That's why you saying like what you seeing what Trump doing.
This is all,
and this is to the conspiracy. What you seeing with Trump doing and what the Democrats did, and why you seeing the pushback. You got to understand. I'm not trying to be nasty or nothing, but I'm just speaking on when we talking. If you look at the whites, they birth rate to their death rate, they got more people dying than people being born.
So then that goes. There's a couple of people that talk about this. Margaret Sanger that we talked about, and then there's somebody else that and I see his face, but I don't remember his name. It talks about eugenics and preserving the white race.
Right.
So that's that too. So all of this is inclusive, right?
Right.
So when people decided that we wanted to go and live in white neighborhoods and join hands and eat, no problem. But I want your money. I don't want you. I want your money.
Yeah, and that's what it is, and people don't understand. Right? It's based on it's based on. I'm going what cousin said, and I stand with you on this. It's all based on increasing the European population, and I think that's what people not, you know what I'm saying, and what it was. It's like when you seeing that when they saying it with 22 million undocumented, and it's like they looking at the Democrats like, hold up.
Right.
But then as Trump was pushing them out, then you got the farmers saying, hold up.
Right.
Who you think finna work these jobs?
Right, because Nebraska's saying that they getting ready to be bankrupt because they don't have nobody to pick the crops.
And what is Trump talking about? You start hearing him talking about amnesty.
Mm-hmm.
Now, just look what he's saying. He's talking about amnesty. When he been having these meetings, a lot of people ain't been paying attention to that because they only catch the you know what I'm saying, the whistling. Go back, it's on YouTube. You start him looking at his base because he looking at like, look, we might lose the midterm election. Right. When he was doing this, you got people, even when he cut the Medicaid, you got people saying, hold up. We didn't think it was just going to hit the rural areas. You know what I'm saying? And that's why, as you sit right, he looking at the portion of Hispanics, of all Hispanics. That's when you looking at it. They like, hold up. And Obama they called him the deporter in chief. But they looking at it the first time Obama disagreed with the Democratic base, the Democrats reps jumped ship, and the Tea Party was born.
Right. So it was, and what was it about posing a black man to say anything in a position of power against a white power structure?
Yeah. And he got them jammed up. So they looking like, hold up.
And that's not conspiratorial. That's these families that we talked about before that are saying, hey, we run this.
Right.
We run this. So who in the hell do you think you are to be telling us anything?
Right. And that's how they looking at it. They like, well, we can't get the Negroes and put them back on the farms and have them work from sun up to sundown. They thinking, but they like, we gonna run into some resistance.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Because now what we can do is we can go make sure that we have something for you.
Yeah. See, they ain't had a hot damage back then.
No. See, and the thing is unfortunately we still have a ton of psychosis that's caused that we have what we call self-hate.
Right.
Okay. Because we think that the enemy looks like us.
Right.
Because we've been taught that the enemy looks like us. Mm-hmm. But it's not your enemy. I'm not your enemy. Mm-mm. And we have to work at changing the narrative, family by family, street by street, person by person. You know, period. We have to start doing that. And it starts everywhere. We don't just have to wait till Sunday to hear, because you're not going to hear it on Sunday. You're not going to hear that. Ain't. You're not going to hear that. Now, if I start a temple, that's what you're going to hear every day.
No, you do. You supposed to educate your people. How you going to come tell your people, hey, you know, life started with Adam and Eve. You gonna go over that Bible from the beginning to the end. And what, did you wake the people up? Because if you really woke the people up, that, you know what I'm saying, you would be outside in the streets. If you go look at it, because it's been, like I said, you know, it's been tampered with. I don't care what nobody they want to prove it ain't. We can start at Genesis, and I'll have a lot of people jammed up. If you want to tell me, you can get up on here and scientifically prove to me that life started with Adam and Eve. They had Cain and Abel. We just gonna go with that, Cain and Abel. But when Cain killed Abel, right? Ain't that what the book say?
That's what the book say.
He left and went to the forbidden land of Nod and took on a wife, right?
Right. I mean, somebody else was out there already.
And we know his wife had to have a mother and father, right?
So now let me throw a curveball at you.
Well, throw it at me.
I'm gonna throw. Get your bat ready.
Come on.
Get your bat ready.
Come on.
You sure? You ready?
Come on, let's roll.
Okay, let's roll. Get ready to rock and roll.
Let's roll.
There's a Jewish story that says that Cain and Abel had 3 sisters.
I like how you said it's a Jewish story who said it. Mm-hmm. Okay.
So now, that means Judaism, of course, is older than Christianity, right? If we place that in the order of timelines of religion. So you got
And what comes before Judaism?
Ancient Kemet. They get it from ancient Kemet.
Okay, let's keep going because I think I'm gonna hit this curveball. I think I got a home run coming.
I don't know if you got a home run coming.
Let's go with it. I mean, come on, let's go with it because you came with the Jewish. You said the Jewish story,
right?
Okay, so come on with it.
Because they only believe in the first 5 books of the Bible that they call the Talmud or the Torah. They don't believe in anything else after that.
But you know, the Talmud is what they put together, right?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, because you know how they respect Jesus in the Talmud, right?
Yeah. Okay, so now that's a foul tip. I got you. Come on,
let's go.
You got the foul tip.
Okay.
So now,
I think I connected.
You follow me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I think I'm touching that ball.
You got a foul tip on that one.
Yeah, come on.
Okay. So now they ran out of lettuce. What? Oh, just my Chris Gallup. Okay. So now, according to this story, they had each one of the brothers married a sister, and then there was another sister that was without a husband. She liked Abel, but Cain liked her. Abel walked up on Cain trying to rape her, and when they fought, he turned his back. That's when Cain killed Abel with a stone, right?
But in the Bible, it ain't say that. Now you had to go get another book.
I said it was a story.
Yeah, a story.
You follow the storyline.
Follow
the storyline.
Yeah. Is it his story or is it history?
Same thing.
Okay, his story. Let's go.
Okay, same thing.
Okay.
So now, if we follow that particular story, then once they get quote unquote put out of the Garden of Eden because of whatever that happened, whatever, there were other people in the world. But there were other people in the world in the first place. Chapter 2 of Genesis talks about how there was a special place that they were placed. And it also mentions in the end of chapter 1, if I'm correct, that there were people there in the first place.
Well, hold on, I'm saying, because you went from I'm saying this is in this Jewish story that you telling, or you going right back? So this ain't in the Bible that we read, right?
It is.
I'm saying it is. No, you saying where it was the sisters at?
No, the sisters are omitted on purpose.
Omitted on purpose.
They're omitted in the story in the Bible on purpose. That story is pulled out of there. This is a Jewish story that's based upon the Torah.
I mean, but that's like how we go with some of the Muslims when they, let me rephrase this. I'm saying the Sunnis, when they go, say they had to go get the hadiths to, to verify. Because it's nowhere in the Quran do it says, and I might be wrong, but I need to go look where it said they have to wear their beards. I think that's in the hadiths. You know what I'm saying? So it should bear witness, and we know that I forgot who wrote these was the ones who traveled with the prophets, right?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. They all had that interpretation.
Right. So
you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, but like when you put a cut on something and you start taking the purity from it. Because in the Bible, if you go read it, I'm just saying it's a book also called the Pre-Adamites. Have you checked that one out?
I've seen that book. I've been trying to get my hands on it.
Yeah, you gotta go get the Pre-Adamites.
So,
you know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna tell you what, and I mentioned this on Sunday. If people get the book of Enoch, that clears all of that shit up. The book of Enoch, the Ethiopian, that clears it all up. But so now, hey, Darnell Dumas, her name was Lilith. And since she didn't work out, she gets erased. So now, let's go. See, we didn't get all the way off, but it's all about this. It's the idea that people are changing the narrative to fit what their needs are because they're in power.
I mean, but it was like that when you had the Council of Nicene.
325 AD, absolutely.
When they came through, you know what I'm saying, when they started it. Because a lot of people will say, well, Jesus, he a Christian. Where did he say he was a Christian at?
He never said he was a Christian. That came after his death, so to speak.
Yeah. He never even said that.
Right.
Hello?
Yeah, so he never called himself a Christian. He never said his beliefs were Christianity. That's people. People did that later on. So, okay. So what we're trying to connect the dots to this. The institutions that run the country, whether they be colleges, whether they be schools, whether it be universities,
See, and I'm with you, cuz see, 3 ministries, 3 different
Absolutely,
interpretations.
absolutely.
See, that's
Yeah, and it's all based upon each person's culture. It's
but
all based upon
but
each
yeah,
person's culture.
but some of them are do if you really when you go look at the story, some of them
They're
you
very
you
similar.
you will have them similar where you would take out, you know what I'm saying, some of the spookism that's been in it, you know what I'm saying, that's
Right.
been in it.
Because you don't talk about
Yeah.
the how the Psalms and the Psalms of Solomon are the songs of Akhenaten.
But see, they not gonna tell you that. And they even tell somebody forgot like when they be cause like how they interpret different things when you see Melchizedek, because a lot of people don't want to talk about him. When they tell you the king of what is it, Salem,
Uh-huh.
you know what I'm saying, how they might change things around.
Right.
And they tell you even Jesus studied up on it, but see, they not gonna go through all that.
And now the
You
Emerald Tablet load, that's something different. Because if you're gonna talk about anything before you talk about the Emerald Tablet, talk about the Shabaka stone. The Shabaka stone is one of the oldest stones that even I believe it predates was around the same time as the tablet that they found that they supposedly was able to translate the Meta Nature. The Shabaka stone talks about something far greater than the Emerald Tablet. Okay.
I
And
mean,
and the person that says he's able to translate it, I disagree with that because he's still using terms that are of Greek origin and not the African language that they come from.
right.
But anyway,
Yeah, because a
but
lot
thank you
of
for
them,
that. We appreciate
yeah.
that.
Because a lot of it, what they were saying was class. I mean, if you go study it, it tell you. You know what I'm saying. All I say is go read. You know what I'm saying.
We have to read.
You got to go read. You know what I'm saying. Grab these books, like I say, different ones. You can go do some studying. You can look at different ones, kind of compare the different people you watch.
Right.
You know what I'm saying. But reading is the best thing that you can go do, and you can put some of these. But it might spook you out when you start reading,
Well,
because I'm just giving people the heads up. It might spook you out because when you start reading this, you're gonna be like, "Damn."
right.
You know what I'm
Because the thing
saying?
is when
Yeah,
you start to gain some knowledge,
yeah,
you have to fall away from the spookism.
right,
That's number one. You
right,
have to fall away from the spookism, and the more that you thirst for knowledge, the
right.
more that you're gonna find things to drink from. Now the issue is can you cross reference some stuff?
Yeah,
Some of it you can. And some, for me, if I can't cross reference it with some other people, then I have to dismiss it.
right,
If only one person's talking about this, but yet this other subject over here, I got 20 people talking about it. I can't say that this one person is true. It might be new knowledge, but there should be some other people that cross-reference it. And for me, if it's not older from the older writers
mm-hmm.
who would have found this stuff free and willful,
Mm-hmm.
I can't really go along with new people
Yeah.
talking about some stuff that they got from some damn dream, and you never really went to go view it and investigate it.
No, you do. I mean, but you know who I love to go see. That's why, and I now on this one, I can tell you this. I love to go see them old debates that the brothers used to do.
Right.
Like, you know, you can go on
Dr.
Sonetta
Ben,
TV, you can
right,
go see
yep.
them, and where you can, and people will put their lectures to the test.
Yeah, you had to
put their knowledge
You
to the
had to.
test and see if you believing in what your guy's saying or what this guy's saying. You can go pull them up. You will see it, like, you know what I'm saying? You will see some, like I said, I done seen plenty of brothers, from the nation win. I done seen some who, you know, the ones who, what you find out, the ones who lose who don't study.
They never study, and
They
they were
really
just
don't
coming up
study.
with things that they think of
Yeah.
that just come off the top of their head.
Yeah.
And they just want to say stuff.
Yeah.
Like the one brother that come on here and always got to make some stupid comment. The next time he come over here, I'm busting his ass.
Who was that?
Y'all don't know the brother you gave 24 hours to the other day.
Oh, yeah.
Let him come on because he better bring it. And I know he's listening.
Yeah.
But don't come out here with your thoughts. You better have facts.
Yeah, because they don't want to get it. Like, I even watched the 5%ers debate. I even watched the Moore Science Temple. I watched all the debates. I like to go back and sit, even though I roll with the NOI. I ain't gonna lie. But when you get down and see it, and I still go watch Khalid Muhammad when he battled against Pastor Fred Singleton out there in California. When they went to the Proctor, they went and broke down all the books. He went, like I say, he went through them all and walked them.
Right.
And that's what people don't understand. That's why when I always say, when people try to say, you know, when they try to say the Arabs brought the And no disrespect to my Arab brothers, no disrespect. But when they try to say, like, they brought Islam, no. That's where I think we, even at that, it be getting hijacked.
Right. Well, see,
no, because you got Bilal.
Right. And Bilal is the one who gave the
called it
hadith,
the
right
the
to
prayer
to Muhammad,
Prophet Muhammad,
Right.
and Bilal was an Ethiopian.
Yeah, yes, sir.
So evidently, and like you said, is if it ain't in the pyramids and it's in the pyramids, Allah.
Mm-hmm.
See, that's what people don't be understanding. They be looking at, because of the where you at in the language, that's gonna be the name. See, we get caught up because you hear God in America, because we speak in English. We're gonna say God. You know what I'm saying? People
Right.
get caught up in semantics. Oh, I bet you in the Chinese language it's a different. It still
Right.
it still mean God.
Right.
And I'm willing to bet with all, you know what I'm saying? But these is the games that we get brought up in. Mickey, there's a book that Enoch referenced. Right. If people really pay attention to that movie Denzel played in the Book of Eli.
Book of Eli.
It was a message in that. People don't really be understanding when they be seeing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and the name of the book is the Enoch the Ethiopian. But that's what I'm saying. People don't be understanding. We get caught up. Even when you go look in that same book, the Jewish God, they had the different names of them in the Bible. When you go, even when you see when God talking to when he talking to Moses, when he said, Abraham didn't know me by that name.
Right.
My name is I am. Go look at the time from Abraham to Moses. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That should be telling you something. And not to cut you before I'll let you finish. And then when Jesus came, he never said he came to change the laws of Moses. He said he came to uphold them.
Right.
People keep forgetting that.
Nobody's teaching that. What people are doing is, number one, people are not reading. And number two, you got people that are teaching only bits and pieces that they want based upon the message that they want to give.
Right.
And they're not, number one, reading that book as it is literally, and then trying to understand the science behind it. Like I said, the Psalms are the songs of Akhenaten.
But they don't know that, though.
Okay. Proverbs is a set of.
Oh, Chris said that's not true, Brother Elliott.
Who?
That's what Chris
said. What's not true?
I don't know. I'm gonna have to pull it up, Arthur Logan. I'll try to find it for you tomorrow, where you can purchase the Book of Enoch.
Well, you have to explain to me what you think is not true, because my studies and my teachers say otherwise. And you can pull it up side by side, the songs, the Psalms and the songs of Akhenaten, and they're exactly the same. And capitalize my name.
I'm gonna go check it out. I'm gonna go pull it up. Like I said, I gotta get back off into it. Yeah, I gotta get back. But no, these the thing. But it tell you the Bible. Listen, man, do y'all know the color of Jesus? Then when you go look over there in Russia, when you go look with the pictures, the Black Madonna.
Yeah, right, and that comes from ancient Kemet.
Yeah,
that does not come from any other group, any other place. That comes from ancient Kemet.
And let me say this to the people: ain't no such thing as a Middle East, man.
No, the Middle East in the middle of the ocean somewhere where there's no land at.
Right. That Suez made, that man-made canal where you trying to separate and gonna say it's the Middle East, cut the crap. That's what do it sit on the continent of Africa?
No, it doesn't sit anywhere. If you look at what the Middle East is based upon a map, the Middle East is in the middle of one of the oceans. I want to say Atlantic.
No, it's connected. Go look at that where that Suez Canal.
The Suez Canal is a trench that runs between Egypt and the other part of the world over there. But there's no Middle East. That's what they gave a name to order to make Israel, which was created, the state of Israel was created in 1947 after the Israeli-Egypto war.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That's when that state where it was not biblically theirs a long time ago. And again, we said that the name Israel is Isis, I-S, Ra, and Elohim. That's where you get the word from.
That's what I was gonna say. The Jews got Elohim.
Yeah, Elohim.
And
that's from Elohim. Ethiopian.
Was it Elohim?
Elohim.
Go read the book, people, and go pull it up, and you understand.
Yeah.
I just happen to like the tribe of Shabazz.
No, well,
Me
see, there you go.
personally,
That's okay.
You know, I'm just telling you how I
Because
roll.
I'm gonna say it one more time. For us, we can sit here and somebody can say this or that or other and
Yeah,
argue this wrong, that wrong. I don't care nothing about that.
right.
But at the same time, what we have to do is we have to put all of that shit aside to say, what are we going to build and how are we going to build it? Where's my girl at?
But you can see where the builder's at, though, man.
Right. But okay, so well, I'm throwing.
I'm saying you can see.
I'm giving alley oops to Miss Sherry.
Yeah, I'm saying you can see where the builder's at. Didn't you see Tulsa, Oklahoma?
Man, we did all of that
Did
from
you see,
nothing.
Did you see Rosewood?
Right.
Now that's called getting it out the mud.
Right. Literally.
Brownsville, Chicago. You created policy.
Right.
You went and created Harlem, built something up. I'm just saying, everyone when they give us a chance, you can see now.
See, so now we have to take the chance.
Yeah.
See, that's the thing. If we know that under come hell or high water, I didn't mean to cut you off. Come hell or high water, or any of that, we have to build it anyway. What is that? Even in the baseball, there's that one older baseball movie that came on with Robert Redford, and it says, "If you build it, they will come."
Field of Dreams.
Field of Dreams, right? If you build it, they will come. And every time we build it, it got destroyed, and it got done on purpose, destroyed on purpose. But we have to keep building it because we have it in our genetic memory to build it.
You don't supposed to stop.
You're never supposed to stop.
You're supposed to keep it going. You never stop.
Never stop building.
I hate to end it, but I gotta go grab my daughter. That's
no problem.
Oh, hold on. Let me see where. Okay, Arthur Logan. Here you go. Said the Book of Enoch can be found in the PDF for free in multiple places. Google it and take a peek. Okay, there you go, Arthur Logan.
Go download it, print it out.
Yeah, go download it. But I'm finna get back on my studies tonight. I'm finna get back
now
because I got
on fire on Sunday.
Yeah. I got some stuff for us because I got some stuff.
So, but see, okay, real quick, and then we out.
All right, go ahead.
This whole concept was a change in the ideology, because Akhenaten was the one that said we're not going to do this. But what they were talking about is I had a priest for this guy, a priest for that guy, a priest for the other guy, a priest for this. But it was about understanding that there was only one God with many aspects.
Right.
And that the polytheism, we do that. Because you can't believe in Lucifer or Satan or whatever you want to call him, Jesus and God and the Holy Ghost. That's the same shit. It's polytheistic. But that doesn't mean that God doesn't express himself as rain. God doesn't express himself as water. God doesn't express himself as sunshine. God doesn't express himself as grass. God doesn't express himself as other forms of life. And on that note, family, we out.
We out, and I'm gonna come with the 99 attributes of Allah. Peace.
No? Oh, here we go.
I mean, I am. For you can see the nourisher, the forgiver, the destroyer, the all-knower. We're gonna break it down.